guys, and welcome to my channel. Today's episode is going to be my plant update, so stay tuned to see all the juicy details I have on all my beautiful plants.
When I saw the girl called Ladybug, I bet.
Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, and today we're going to do a plant update, and we're just going to get right into this update. First, we are going to start with the poinsettia here. It's looking really good. We got a lot of new growth on it. So right now, till the month of May, we are just watering it when it is completely dry. And once we get to May, I will be going, you guys will come with me back outside, and we are going to repot this one. So in May is the time where you want to repot it. And I have a big container under here where I'm going to plant. So here are a couple of the Easter cactuses right here. So these guys are looking quite well. Yeah, everybody's looking really good. We got a couple of new leaves on these guys, so that's amazing. Again, I just water them when the soil is dry. That's what I normally do for all of them. So when the soil is dry, just water regular. I use regular tap water most of the time, so that's the water I use. So here is the other Easter cactus, and as you can see, it has a lot of leaves. It just keeps growing some leaves, which is amazing, by the way. It's always awesome to see it growing more leaves. So again, right now, Easter's coming. So hopefully this guy will have some buds. They usually come before, during, or after Easter. It just depends on the plant and what it feels like doing, basically. So yeah, hopefully this season we'll have some buds on this guy, because this guy has been growing since last season. So hopefully this season it will have some buds, and we can show you how beautiful the buds are, because I've never seen the buds. Because those three were my mother's plants, and she doesn't remember the color of the buds. She thinks they're like a pink or a red. But hopefully this season we'll find out what color they are, so it's very exciting. So now we're going to get to the Christmas cactuses. Again, you're not really expecting much from the Christmas cactuses. You are just expecting growth. You're just expecting new leaves, and that's basically it. Basically it. So this guy hasn't grown any new leaves as of yet, but it still has a few months to grow new leaves if it wants to, or to grow buds for the season. So usually for Christmas cactuses, again, it's either before, during, or after Christmas. So you have a few months if you have any Christmas cactuses before that happens. So we got this guy right here, which is growing lots and lots of leaves. You can see we have some right here, which is amazing. So yeah, you just have to water it when it needs to be watered, fertilize it every couple of weeks, which this week is fertilizing week, so I'll show you guys all the fertilizers that I use, that I would recommend for any grower. Just the ones that I really feel like I like and I use all the time. So then we got this Christmas cactus, this big guy right here, which is growing new leaves constantly, which is a very good sign. So it wasn't growing any leaves at all for the entire year, and it didn't produce any buds. Then I would start to worry just a tiny bit, but this guy's growing new leaves constantly. It's amazing. There's one, one I showed you, it wasn't growing new leaves. It did bloom last season, so that's good. So here are my aloe plants. I got these outside. Again, I would highly recommend you have at least one in the house and you have one outside, because they can grow up to 10 babies a year. So you're definitely want to have one outside so it keeps growing babies for you. And if you do have a mother plant, for some reason they grow flowers, and they're very pretty when they grow flowers. So we have a new leaf right here. Don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. It's barely visible. And this guy doesn't have any new leaves. So I have two small ones right here. I still have the mother plant outside, and without the plant, I just water with regular tap water. And every 2 weeks I do fertilize it with the same fertilizer that I use for my Christmas and Easter cactuses and my poinsettia once it's time to start fertilizing it again. So now we are going to get to the orchids because my avocado seeds have not shown any roots yet. They're drinking water, but no signs of roots yet. So we're going to get to the orchids. So this guy is growing a nice, beautiful leaf right there. And it looks like it's going to grow some buds for me, which is amazing. I love it. The root system is doing quite well. Every week, either if I'm just changing the water or if I'm fertilizing them, which I'm doing this week, I check the root system. I go through the root system every week, which I recommend you do every time you either change the water or you fertilize them, is to check the roots. You have to do it by hand because you can't tell by the look if they are healthy roots or if they're unhealthy roots. The way you can tell a healthy root from a dead root is that sometimes it does show color, but sometimes it doesn't, which is like, that's why you have to feel the roots. If the roots are nice and firm and you touch them and they don't immediately collapse on you, that's a nice healthy root. But if you touch them and it immediately collapses on you, it's time to cut it off. So what you want to do when you have a dead root is you want to feel it to the point where it's firm, and right before it's firm, that's where you want to snip it off. And I use some shears that I got off Amazon. I'll remember to put the affiliate link in the description below for you guys. I just use these. I just put a flame to it. For what I remember, you can either do a flame or put it in rubbing alcohol and snip it off like that, or you can do both, which is what I did at the beginning, but now I just put a flame on it. And then you just snip it off, and that's it. You do the same thing when you have to cut off the flower spikes. When the flower spikes are about a brown color, and if you feel, it's kind of like feeling the roots, if you feel them and they're not so soft, they're not so firm, then you want to cut them off as well. So here is the other one, and this one is growing like crazy. See, this is starting to show the color, but it's still pretty firm, so you can't always tell by the color usually. So this guy's growing a nice leaf. We got this root growing like that. It does that, and the root system is doing quite well. Sometimes you'll have area roots. Normal. It's normal for Phalaenopsis orchids to have roots that grow up in the air. It's totally fine. So then we have this big guy that has been having this flower spike for a few months, I want to say. It also has this nice big leaf right here, and the root system is doing quite well. No new roots as of yet, no new flower spikes either, but I'm quite happy with this. And then we have this guy. If you were here last week, I showed you that it was growing new roots. Got 3 new roots there, but now we have a new leaf right there, which is very pretty. We still have this root that grows in the air, normal. So yeah, everything is looking good with this guy. It producing roots, it producing new leaves. It's a very good sign that it's growing quite well in water culture right now. So we have this guy right here, which is growing steadily, this nice leaf, and it's growing this root. Hopefully, we will see other roots come out like the other one did, but usually I would suggest you wait at least 3 months before deciding to take it out of the water culture. The water culture method that I use is full water culture, which means it's in water all the time. I just have a little bit in the bottom of each container, that way most of the roots are in air and about 10% of the roots are in water. So now we're gonna get to the fertilizers that I use. So I use these two for my orchids. These are the two I use for my orchids. This one is for when they are blooming or when they have a spike. So that would be 3 of them. would be in this one. And the other 2 would be in this one, which is for just normal growth if they have roots and they have leaves. So those are the 2 that I use. And what I do is I get a container from my kitchen. I put it in with some distilled water that I buy from the store, or you can use rainwater, whichever is convenient for you. And then I just take a little spoonful, I think it's about 1/8 of a teaspoon, I believe that's what it is, and I just pour the fertilizer into the water, I stir it, and then I put the orchids in there for 1 hour, and then I take them out. I put them back into their containers with fresh water if it's needed. So yeah, that's basically what I do, and it's been working quite well for my orchids. So this is the fertilizer I use for the rest of my plants, which is the Miracle-Gro fertilizer. I love the Miracle-Gro fertilizer. I use their potting soil as well. I really love it. The potting soil that I use is a moisture control potting soil because it helps you never to forget to water your plants. It always will water your plant as it is needed, so you never overwater it and you never underwater it as well. So that is it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for another video coming out this week. I have a couple more videos coming out this week. Please like this video if you liked it, share to grow our community, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss a video. And I will see you guys next time.